Hi, Perry here from Missing Link Social Media. Have you ever wondered which marketing channels you should use online to reach a potential customer at the right stage of their journey to actually buying your product? Well, today what I'm going to do is take you through a strategy that we've developed that demonstrates the different marketing channels you can use online to reach your customers, but also when you should reach them through that channel. So if you head on over here, I'll take you through it now. All right, so here we are. This is the customer journey that we've simplified and boiled down into a few different stages at the bottom here and a couple on the right, which I'll run through now. So really at the start of anyone's journey is they become aware of your product, and aware of your brand. So we're going to start with the brand awareness phase, and then we're going to move through to engagement. So this can be them engaging with your content, this can be them checking out your website, and then we've got purchase, which is where we're trying to get them from just shopping around to actually committing to a purchase. And then we move through to, after they've made the purchase, how can we try to incentivize them to advocate your product, which can be done through competitions, for example, and how can we increase loyalty through loyalty programs, and I guess continuing to educate them about the why behind what you do so that they're aligned with that, not just about the features or benefits of your business. So jumping straight into the brand awareness phase, you can see we've got influencer marketing here at the top. For those who don't know, you would be familiar with brand ambassadors, people who, Tiger Woods, Nike, whatever it might be. So imagine that, but on a smaller scale and through social media marketing. Generally, they're going to have at least 3,000 fans, and you want to be looking at their engagement rate as well to make sure that they haven't bought fake fans. If they've got 10,000 fans, they're getting 5 likes. There could be an issue there. And you want to make sure that if you find an influencer, that they do have a good engagement rate, which is basically the number of likes that they get on average per post divided by their total community size. And that's going to spit out an engagement rate for you. If you are on the hunt for an influencer, you can go direct to an agency. Alternatively, you can go to marketplaces for influencers such as Tribe or The Right Fit. Moving through, we've got YouTube/video here. So I've taken YouTube out of social media purely because it's under Google advertising, under their network. But it's very important, and its key strength is in that brand awareness phase. When you're actually paying for awareness and for video views through YouTube and even through Facebook, the cost per video view is very effective. So it can be very key to your strategy if you do need to generate awareness, not only because it's cheap, but because you can communicate a lot of information visually, and it gives a completely different feel. Social media marketing actually comes across all 3 stages, and that's one of its key benefits, right? Sometimes we have conversations with people and they only want to judge us by the purchase, which is fine. However, you can add a lot more value, and it's more dynamic than, for example, paid search, where it's more geared towards people that have a problem and are seeking a solution. So social media, for example, Facebook advertising, you've got campaigns and algorithms that are specifically designed to generate you more awareness, such as video views campaigns, page engagement campaigns, reach campaigns. You've also got engagement campaigns where you can be driving traffic and you can be promoting posts to try and get likes, comments, and shares. And then finally, for the purchase phase, very much about retargeting website traffic. I'll dive more into remarketing here shortly, but it can be also helpful in driving the features and the benefits and testimonials and things that are really going to drive that purchase behavior. Display is more geared towards brand awareness and engagement. So that's through the Google Ads network, through the Google Display network. And you would have seen these before, banner ads floating around on websites, potentially some following you around the internet, and they can be, again, quite cheap in terms of awareness, cost per 1,000 impressions. Search engine optimization, depending on your strategy, it can be more geared towards search terms of your brand and your products, or you can do broader SEO, off-site stuff, linking other people's blogs to your websites. That's going to really help drive awareness from other sites. You've got paid search as well. Jump into Google, type something, likely you're going to see an ad at the top. And this can be really important for people who are really just wanting to drive purchases and traffic, because it's a different kettle of fish to Facebook in a lot of scenarios. In most occasions, you're going to be getting in front of people who are at the stage of their customer journey where they're actually hunting for solutions, hunting for product information or service information, as opposed to Facebook, you're targeting people generally of interest and demographics and lookalike audiences. So if you just want to try to get purchases, as we get clients come to us and they say, all I'm interested in is purchases, or I'm going to be in trouble, we'll basically say, look, first let's look at your website, let's look at some Google AdWords and consider that as one of your first stages of your marketing. Email nurturing and automation, again, more geared towards engagement and purchase. So the nurturing can be really helpful by collecting people's contact details and then educating them more about your brand, your product, your service, until the point that they're ready to buy. It can also be used really well through automation. So if someone started a purchase, they've added a product to cart, they've chucked in their email and their first name, then you can automate an email to come through to them, highlighting that they've still left things in their cart. So things like that can be really helpful for e-commerce and building out more purchases. Remarketing really comes across the automation, paid search, and social media, which is essentially someone visits your site and then you can retarget them with, for example, testimonials. Generally what you want to remarket to them with is things to overcome objections or reasons that they may not have purchased. So if you've done some research and you found that your product is quite expensive, then really it's about portraying the value to justify that, even having some testimonials of people talking through their experience. Advocacy is how can you get people to advocate your brand, advocate your product, advocate your service to their friends, to their family, to their network. Competitions can be really helpful for that. Loyalty, how can you make sure that people stick with you? I mentioned before, educating your customers about why you do what you do can be a very powerful way to achieve that, so that they're not just buying based on features and benefits, rather they're buying because they believe what you believe.